So here I am with Nick Sinclair, the CEO of Wealth Farm. Wealth Farm is an integrated financial planning and accounting business on the Gold Coast of Australia. Welcome, Nick.
Thank you, Rob.
Tell us about Wealth Farm, the business. How long have you been in business, what sort of size it is, and what sort of clients you serve?
So we've been in operations for 10 years this June, traditionally a financial planning practice. We morphed into accounting about 4 years ago by buying a small accounting practice. So we're a rounded financial services business now where we offer accounting, financial planning, finance and property buyers agent services.
So who's your target client? Is it SME businesses, investors? What's your target client?
So we've got two niche markets. One is a small business client and one is a professional couple, so individuals. So we cater for both small business and individual clients.
And in 10 years, congratulations, what sort of size is Wealth Farm, the business on the Gold Coast?
So we started with me and now we've got 27 staff on the Gold Coast.
And how many clients would you serve at the Gold Coast?
So on the Gold Coast, we service about 450 active service package clients. We have non-active clients, which will be another 500 or 600, but we're actively engaged with only the service package clients.
What's a service package client? What do you mean by that?
For an individual, it's average revenue of $5,000 for a financial planning client, and a small business where we do accounting and financial planning with an average fee of a minimum of $10,000.
And is that a monthly fee they pay as a package or an annual fee? How do you do that?
It's an annualised fee, but it's paid on a monthly basis.
Okay, so you've got a couple of strings to the bow there. I understand you've been converting a lot of your clients the last few years to cloud accounting. Give me some success or otherwise with that, and how many have you converted across?
So 2 years ago, we made the decision to convert our whole business to the cloud. If the clients didn't want to convert, then we offered them to another accounting firm. So
you were that brutal about it?
Yes.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, so we made the decision that it was the best thing for us and the client, and if people didn't fit our business, then we would kindly move them on to one that would.
So how did that go down? Because you've said, my way or the highway. How many clients have you moved on to another accounting firm?
We probably lost about 15 to 20% of the business that we bought. We lost when we converted them across to the cloud.
Okay.
A lot of the clients were just old school and didn't understand the value of what we're trying to do, and we were happy for them to leave if they didn't fit our model moving forward. Yeah,
good for you. So it's a hard line, but there you go. So 2 years in, you've been actively promoting this as a business strategy. What number of clients have you got on cloud accounting systems right now?
So we've got over 400 at the moment, as it is now, and we're actively engaging between another 5 and 10 every month.
So that's 400 out of the 450 total clients?
Sorry, the 450 clients, majority of them were financial planning, because we're only starting accounting 2 years ago.
Okay.
We started with, when we bought a accounting business, we only had about 50 clients.
Right.
So we have actively grown it pretty quick.
Okay, so we've got a big chunk of our client base there. And then the 5 to 10 a month, are they brand new clients or conversions of existing clients?
Brand new. So all of our clients are all converted. That was all done within 18 months.
Right.
So now it's all new engaged clients.
Okay, so as a result of doing this, many firms are actively promoting cloud accounting. Why did you do that? 2 years ago, why did you make that strategic decision, everyone's going to be on the cloud?
So we've been on the cloud since it first came into Australia. We're the first provider that came in. So we as a business personally were using it and saw the benefits and efficiency it created for our firm. And we really sat back and went, well, we're a financial planning at heart. So our advice focuses on the future, not on compliance in the past. So we wanted all of our clients to be live and up to date every day, 24 hours a day. So our whole motto is live and accurate data 24 hours a day. We can then proactively provide advice as opposed to getting clients' returns and looking backwards and then already being 6 months into the current financial year. You can't give active advice in that case.
No, so you can take the same approach to the accounting business as well.
Yes.
So in doing that, what are some of the benefits the clients have received out of moving to the accounting space onto the internet?
So some of the big things is turnaround time. We hope to have all of our compliance done by the end of August, early September for the whole firm.
So that's what, 3 months into the new year?
So our BHAG for this financial year is to have it within 3 months, and based on us doing the end of month process every month, we will be on track for that this financial year.
So BHAG is big, hairy, audacious goal. Let me just see if I got that right. You're aiming to have all of your clients' annual compliance done in the first 3 months of the new financial year?
Correct. Yes.
And then have you got some runs on the board to prove that you can do that?
Yeah, so what we do with our process is that every month we use a cloud technology. We run an end of year process every month on every client. So our books are ready for tax returns at the end of every month.
Right.
So come June 30, it's just finalising the few last invoices. We do the tax planning in April. So everything's already in the system and done by June 30. So it literally is logic. In essence, my idea would be July. But the reality is it's going to take 3 months because of some information to come in.
Queries backwards and forwards, etc. Look, that's extraordinary. I don't think there'd be an accounting financial planning firm on the planet, that can do that after end of year without the restrictions. As in, you don't have to do that.
No.
Because nothing has to be lodged till May or June the following year. You don't have to do it. Why do you want to do that?
So our key is we want to smooth out the volatility of our workflow. We do the end of month process every month because we want to know where a client sits right now so that we can actively help them grow the business. We're not about looking backwards, we're about looking forwards. How can we know that your books are 100% right for your tax returns right now, and how do we actively give you advice? So our whole process is that the tax returns are just a formality that we have to do, and if we're doing it every month, then we should easily be able to lodge them by September. If we need to lodge them, we may be reviewing for a few months.
And hold back,
Yeah,
sure.
hold back.
Sure. Awesome, that's fantastic. Great customer service, great for cash flow both as well. Tell me about some of the other benefits to clients, because I've seen some marketing of yours where and blog posts, etc., where you've actually said, we will do your work and can successfully do your work for literally half to a third that other accountants can. Talk us through that.
So we had a client last month that was paying an in-house accountant 3 days a week, $45,000 a year. We rejigged them onto the cloud and inventory system, got their technology working more efficiently, and reduced their cost down to $8,000 a year. For that $8,000, they now have live accounts every day, as opposed to, if they're lucky, every month. And they're also getting a lot more proactive advice from us, as opposed to what they were getting.
What happened to the 3-day-week accountant?
He retired. I mean, the polite way of saying it.
Sure. So what about ones that don't have an in-house accountant? They're coming from, with these new ones, they're coming from another accounting firm to Wealth Farm. What sort of price differential are you able to offer those clients?
So our average fees range between $1,500 and $4,000 a year for a client that has 3 or 4 entities, with one of them being the main trading entity. So most accounting clients that we get from other firms, we're cutting it in by at least 50%. We're reducing the cost.
And your margins on that, you're still making good margins?
Yeah, definitely. We're still making our 30% margin, which is our focus for the business.
And that's 30% after all director salaries.
Yes.
Awesome. So it's not as if you're cost cutting to have a loss leader. You're actually able to pass these savings on to the client.
Yeah, well, our whole focus is that we reduce the cost of what I call your compliance and you have to do work, and we're charging them in project work, which is where we're adding value, and they can see the value by the growth in their business because of our advice. So they may pay us in essence the same fee, but they see the value in what we're providing because we're doing project work as opposed to just here's your tax returns and it's 10 grand.
So all compliance work done pretty much straight after end of financial year, for half price that they normally pay. What are you doing for the other 9 or 10 months with the client as the fee increases to maybe what they're paying before? What's the value added gap that you're offering?
So what we're basically offering is that we will meet with a client every quarter and basically discuss where the performance of their business is and where we can add value to them, whether it be through cash flow forecasting and managing that for them, through to exit strategies or just general growth strategies. We also run monthly educational events for all of our clients where they can come and learn about topics like outsourcing or marketing or sales or different speakers that we get in to talk about it. So we're trying to add a lot more value, educate, and then identify projects based on their needs.
Awesome. You're doing what needs to be done, which is truly add value on the back of a set of real-time numbers and making a difference. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you mentioned outsourcing.
Yes.
I understand in the last few months you've actually, with a bit of vigour, have decided to set up an operation in the Philippines. Talk us through the reasoning behind that and how that's complementing the Gold Coast business.
So our challenge has always been is getting low-cost bookkeepers and accountants to do the roles that are quite, you could say, straightforward, process-orientated, within the business so that our senior staff can really focus on relationships and adding value. Our whole focus is in value that we add to a client, not in the processing that we have to do. So the thoughts around it is that, I'd explored it. I've been to the Philippines with EO, and I was fortunate enough to see what was going on there and the benefits of what could happen to our business. So we decided to employ some staff over there and bring the cost of what we do in Australia down so that we can add more value services for in essence, no cost.
So here we are filming this third week of February. I understand you got this started in December, is that correct?
December 1, the office opened.
And how many people have you hired so far?
So 38 in the office.
38?
So far. 38, yes.
So 38 people hired in 2.5 months flat, let's call it 3 months.
Yep.
3 months flat, working for your firm and your clients in the Gold Coast. What's the split with these people? What are they doing?
So around a third of them are doing bookkeeping and accounting duties, so bookkeeping for our clients. So we'll offer the service through our Australian firm, but the work in essence gets done in our back office in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a team.
Do the clients know about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We've reduced the cost of accounting from $75 an hour to $20 an hour.
Or the cost of bookkeeping,
yeah,
that is.
sorry, the cost.
So your clients are paying $20 an hour for bookkeeping.
Yes.
So that one bookkeeper would work for how many clients in Australia?
It depends on transactions. So we focus on 35 to 50 transactions per hour. So depending on how many transactions the clients have, some of our clients have thousands a day.
Right.
Others have 4 or 5 transactions.
So you might have one person over there that who I saw that might just work for one client, for example.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay.
So depending on the workload, we just allocate the resources, but most of them will have between 5 and 10 bookkeeping clients.
So you've got a pile of people. What's their qualifications over there?
Interesting. They're all CPA accountants. So everyone we employ is a CPA accountant. Their CPA program is 5 years though. It's actually harder to become accredited there than it is in Australia.
So it's 5 years after university
After the degree.
to be a CPA.
Yes.
And so let me get head around this, because if you look at most bookkeepers in Australasia, they're not CPA or chartered or qualified.
No.
So you're hiring CPA qualified people, charging them out to your clients at $20 an hour, and making a healthy margin as well.
Yes. Making very good margin on it.
Awesome. All right. So you've got a third.
A third of them are there.
Third are doing that. What are the other 2/3 doing?
So we've got 7 in marketing. That their main role is relationship building and obviously just getting our brand and name.
So this is marketing for Wealth Farm.
Purely Wealth Farm. So
Okay.
7 people. So we used to have 1 dedicated resource in Australia. Now we've got the 7 in the Philippines doing our marketing.
And what sort of roles are they playing?
So one of them runs all of our events. We run 2 to 3 events a month. 2 of them are running our social media and digital media strategy. We've got another 2 that are just building relationships with prospective clients through the social medias, LinkedIn and those sorts of forms. And some journalists and we've got about 5 more roles coming into our marketing team in the next 3 months.
That's incredible, right? It's absolutely incredible. For a 28-person firm on the Gold Coast, you've added 7, soon to be a dozen, marketers with the purpose of growing the Australian business.
Yes.
When you talk about the ones building relationships, are they building relationships over the phone, or how are they doing that?
So what they do for us is we identify the prospects for them to talk to. So LinkedIn, prime example, I'm connected with 1,600 people on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
Probably 80% of them I've either met once or I have had no relationship with. So part of what we're doing with that is actually finding out everything about that person. So we've got a 2-page business profile that our offshore team fill out for us. So we know more about them than they probably know about their own lives. We then send a video introduction from me personally or one of my team saying we're connected on LinkedIn and we're just starting to build relationships. We have a few LinkedIn groups that we're starting up. A few Facebook groups that we're starting up. So it's more about trying to just build a community of people that know, like and trust us. Okay,
so you've got a team over there that are marketing the firm and they're creating digital relationships, if you like, profiling lists, doing blogs. I see a blog comes out every day, which is awesome. Managing events as well. And then do you funnel those new prospective clients into the event strategy? Is that the idea?
Yeah, so they get funneled into either the events or depending on how keen they are for our advice, then we'll funnel them straight into the advice process. But yeah, the events is the big funnel.
Awesome. So we're up to about 20 or so. What do the rest do?
So the rest of them are administration for our mortgage broking business. So all of our back end for the mortgage broking, from loan lodgement to settlement, is there. All of our financial planning, data entry, advice and compliance documents being written, all of that's over there. And the other part of it is our accounting. So BAS lodgements.
For your firm?
For our firm. So all of our tax return lodgements, BAS lodgements, our ASIC corporate secretarial is all there. Entity setups is all done in the Philippines now. ABN registrations, all of our what is pure accounting administration is all done offshore.
Okay, so what about the future? So right now the accounting team are doing bookkeeping, if you like,
yes.
Although they're CPA qualified. Where do you think you're going to take that as far as their skill levels and what they'll do for your Australian clients?
So our expansion plans are we're putting them all through a diploma of accounting at the moment in Australia, so they'll all understand Australian tax. In the next month we're recruiting 3 people for our tax and compliance team who will then be processing all of our tax returns moving forward.
So basically they'll be fully fledged accountants under Australian tax law,
Yes.
Doing all compliance. Is that for your clients?
The only thing we'll do in Australia is talk to clients and give strategy advice. All the back end will eventually be done in our offshore office.
Now I've been there, and you'll see by the photograph that it's a room, and people working on 2 screens. There's no paper in the place, and it's extraordinary to see. You know, I was over there last week to see that this is a completely paperless environment. You wouldn't have been able to do this surely if you were still on a hard drive cloud software system.
No, so we made the decision to move to cloud systems for all of our businesses 2 years ago when we made the decision to move our accounting onto it.
Yeah.
So if we weren't running that way,
it would
be impossible. We'd be running 2 servers, the infrastructure requirements would be
the
too
data
much.
transfer would be massive.
It'd just be too much. So definitely cloud has opened up the opportunities for us to do this.
So what about the future? So we've got major expansion of your wealth farm business. Where are you at? You know, growing the team maybe to help others out, or what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so we've set up a business processing centre called My Cloud People, and the point of that is one of the focuses or one of our key areas is all of our small business clients could become more efficient. So we're offering an outsourcing service to our clients to make them more efficient, which will make them more profitable, which will flow on to needing more advice from us. The second part of it is we're opening up a wholesale division for our industries that we deal with: financial planning, accounting, mortgage broking. It isn't the easiest of processes to set up. Anyone can do it. It's just a process you need to go through, but it's also the commitment of having your staff there. So we have staff there on a rotational basis every week. So our Australian team, we've got Australian champions who are responsible for training and administration of the offshore team. So the big focus for us is to open it up to, in essence, our competitors to help them become more efficient, because as an industry, I see that we add value giving advice, not processing. Yes. And I want to be part of that evolution, you could say, and helping it.
So really the sky's the limit on what you can do over there.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely is.
Let's talk about the team back in Australia. You mentioned them a few times. You've got people going over there backwards and forwards. A couple of things. How were they in reacting to this? As their thought processes? And some people think this is a redundancy strategy, but by the sound of it, you've taken a growth strategy with this. Have you made any redundancies, or have you kept the team? Where are you at with the structure locally?
So we didn't make any redundancies when we made the offshore decision. So when we made the decision to offshore, we kept our staff fully informed of this is something that we're investigating. When we decided we were going to do that, we were fully engaged with them. The biggest selling point to them that we made is that we want you adding value in Australia. We want the work being done overseas. Mm-hmm. So what do you currently do now that takes your time, that is a process that can be offshored? So how can we free up your life to make you add more value to clients here?
And so how are the team with that?
They loved it.
Yep.
I mean, basically they got rid of everything they don't like doing.
Sure.
And everything that takes time. So everything that can be process driven, we've offshored. It frees them up to do what they enjoy doing, which is talking to clients and actually doing work for the client as opposed to administration tasks.
Sure.
So it's been a great evolution for the business. We've made no redundancies.
Awesome.
We have had some people leave and move into state, and as they have, like our marketing manager moved into state, So that one salary put on our first 5 in our marketing team overseas.
Is that about your ratio, 5 to 1, do
Yeah,
you think?
5 to 1's roughly what it is.
Okay.
For the accountants, it's generally 1 to 4.
1 to 4, okay.
1 to 4. So
4 to 1.
yeah, so our whole point of that is that we can increase our efficiency overseas. So we should now, with the team that we've built and we've got coming on until June, be able to produce 50% more revenue than we did this year. So we've got 50% more capacity in Australia next financial year.
Of course, because you've got the capacity in the local accounting team to add value through cash flows and budgets and planning and monitoring, because everything else has been shifted away.
The work's getting done overseas.
Nick, congratulations. This is how you capitalise on the cloud. Great lessons for everyone. Looking forward to seeing your journey, mate.
Yeah.
Absolutely gold. Thank you very much.